Hey Luna, have you heard the latest news? It seems journalists have taken up a new hobby, extreme exaggeration. They can turn a simple rain shower into a biblical flood and a cat stuck in a tree into a national emergency.
Hi Trix, they should give these journalists their own reality show called Breaking Nonsense. They can compete to see who can come up with the most outlandish headline and still keep a straight face.
Luna, journalists have a talent for stirring up controversy. They can take a harmless statement and twist it into something completely different, leaving us scratching our heads and wondering how they managed to make a mountain out of a molehill.
Absolutely, they should have a segment on the evening news called Out of Context Chronicles. Journalists can take snippets of interviews and rearrange them to create hilarious, yet completely misleading, sound bites.
Journalists are like detectives, always on the hunt for a scoop. But sometimes, their investigative skills can lead them down the strangest paths. They'll dig up a story about a missing sock and present it as the greatest mystery of our time.
Trix, they should create a podcast called The Absurd Files. Journalists can dive deep into the most bizarre and nonsensical stories, leaving us wondering if we should be laughing or questioning our own sanity.
Luna, journalists can be masters of manipulation. They have a way of crafting headlines that grab our attention and evoke strong emotions, whether it's fear, outrage, or the sudden urge to buy more popcorn.
They surely have a workshop called Clickbait 101. Journalists can teach aspiring writers the art of crafting attention-grabbing headlines that promise the world but deliver, well, not much at all.
Are like modern-day fortune tellers. They have the power to predict the future with such confidence, even though their track record is about as accurate as a weather report during a hurricane.
Let's offer them open a psychic hotline called News Predictions. Journalists can give out their most outrageous, yet oddly specific, predictions about everything from politics to celebrity breakups. Just don't bet your life savings on their accuracy.
Journalists can turn a simple press conference into a theatrical performance. They'll ask the most provocative questions, hoping to provoke a reaction and create a headline-worthy moment.
Absolutely, Trix, they should have an award show called the Golden Mic. Journalists can compete for the title of Most Dramatic Question or Best Performance in a Press Conference. The acceptance speeches alone would be worth tuning in for.
Luna, they have a way of making the most mundane events sound like the end of the world. A traffic jam becomes a catastrophic traffic apocalypse, and a minor political disagreement turns into a full-blown crisis.
Imagine have a news segment called Armageddon Watch. Journalists can report on the impending doom of everyday situations, like long supermarket lines or a shortage of pumpkin spice lattes. It'll keep us on the edge of our seats.
Journalists have an uncanny ability to interview the most uninteresting people and make their stories sound fascinating. They can turn a regular Joe into a hero or a house cat into a philosophical guru.
Oh, so many times it happened. Trix, have a reality show called Extraordinary Tales. Journalists can travel the world and find the most ordinary people with the most extraordinary stories, leaving us wondering how they managed to make a hamster's life sound like a Hollywood blockbuster.
At the end of the day, journalists provide us with a never-ending source of amusement. They make us laugh, they make us scratch our heads, and they make us appreciate the absurdity of the world we live in.
Here's to the journalists who keep us entertained, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Let's enjoy their quirky antics and remember to take everything they say with a grain of salt, or maybe a whole shaker.